Hey guys, Shuckle King here, bringing you the second interview in a series of coaching interviews for the WBE Season 6. I wanted to reach out to some of the draft league coaches to get to know them a little bit, what motivates what makes them want to play a format that I honestly love. So for this week, we got TheUzigunner. How's it going, man?
My existence is God's failure.
Oof. That seemed a little harsh.
I say that while praying 5 times a day, right, everyone. How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Shuckle? Thanks for having me today for this really nice interview. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Here at work and not really doing anything. So
Yes.
Well, besides having this interview.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, but anyway, tell me a little bit about yourself in case if anyone doesn't know who you are.
Right, so... God damn it. There's some certain phases where I just, don't know what to say, but I guess I'll just wing it. Sup, everyone? My name is TheUzigunner. I've been doing this for nearly 5 years now. I'm from Bangladesh. I think I'm pretty much the only born and raised Bangladeshi Pokemon YouTuber around here. I've competed in draft league since I essentially started this whole gig. I made my debut 2 seasons back in the WBE when Sacred dropped out. And before that I did a lot of other stuff too when it comes down to be doing analyst work and even making the trailer for the WBE Pokemon Showdown and all that stuff. So yeah, things are finally coming full circle for your boy, and I couldn't be any more happier.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that video. That's a really cool video that you did.
Thanks.
For Showdown. What got you into Pokemon in general? Even outside of draft league.
Yeah. When it comes down to Pokemon, I have a pretty long history with it in the sense that I always liked the anime. I watched I watched a lot of that growing up as a kid. Seeing the first ever episode when Ash saw Ho-Oh, to even the movies like the Mewtwo Strikes Back movie, which I watched with a good portion of people, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I cried a lot during that when Ash died. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah, that was actually sad. That really reached out to me on a personal level. I played a few of the games like Red and Blue and Crystal, but because I was so young when I played it, and at the same time I didn't really have that much of a knowledge on how things work, I never really got far in any of those games. So that's essentially how I fell out of Pokemon for a bit. But when I also remember that when Grade 6 came around, that's when I think Diamond and Pearl got released, but I wasn't even aware that shit even existed. So,
oh,
yeah,
wow.
I didn't even find out about Generation 4 until 2009, mind you. So, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, imagine my shock.
So it came out in 2007, right? Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was 2007.
So imagine my shock when I saw that. Wait, Tangle has an evolution. Lickitung has an evolution. Magmar has an evolution. What generation am I in? So, yeah, it was a pretty massive reality check. But when I was in grade 6, I had another friend who was playing a lot of Ruby and Sapphire. I really liked how he. I really liked liked seeing that. And when I came back home, I found out that this one knockoff CD that I had, which essentially is full of ROMs of GBA games. Okay. It had Pokemon Ruby. So that was pretty much how I got back to playing Pokemon, and that along with Stadium 2, which I played on the Nintendo 64 emulator, which was coincidentally on that same CD2.
Oh, I love that.
Which I didn't know, mind you. It's been an interesting way to get back into it, but I knew for a fact that the moment I got back to playing Pokemon, this was my passion, and even to this day, despite some ups and downs, I would say I'm still the same Pokemon fan that I always was. So, yeah.
What? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I love Stadium 1 and 2. I went to I never had a 64, but I went over to a friend, Louie, and Casey. We would all play Stadium 1 and 2. Yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun in my childhood.
Can't relate. I played that shit on emulator.
Yeah, the hacker, cheater.
Verlisify would hate me. Alright.
Oof. So, what got you interested in playing a draft format?
I definitely the GBA. Yeah, definitely the GBA. I would say, because after seeing guys like Shady Penguin, which was basically my introduction to seeing draft format even exist, to especially Mega Mogwai, who's been a very influential figure towards me even starting this career in the first place. The premise of the whole thing, and seeing the guys have as much fun as they do, come up with all these creative sets and all that, it really reached out to me on a personal level, and it really seemed like something that I would enjoy making in the first place. And especially after seeing guys like Magnitude cut promos and all, which is a huge plus for me because I'm a pro wrestling fan too. I knew for a fact that I can make lots of interesting things out of it, and it's something that I consider to be worth my time. So, yeah, draft format is definitely something I was always interested in the moment I ended up seeing it.
Yeah, definitely three titans there. Shady Penguin, just with his popularity at the time. Mega Mogwai with his just competition for the game and his creativity.
Yep.
And obviously Steve, because he created it all. So
exactly.
Yeah, they're probably all of them are on the Mount Rushmore for sure of Draft League.
Very much.
So as a smaller content creator, you just got the 2,000 subs, which is awesome. Yep. That's a really big accomplishment there. I'm sure you're thrilled about it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Actually, I know you're thrilled about it. But how do you think? But for the WBE, there's a lot of people that have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So how do you think you got like enough notice as a smaller content creator to be selected to join the WBE?
Well, I would say like it's been I don't exactly, want to say to make myself sound cocky, but if I was too modest about it, it'd be me just pretty much denying what I had to do to get to where I am right now. And it goes without saying that my way of getting to the WBE, or getting such an opportunity like this in the first place, has been one of the most roundabout ways one would ever get that chance in the first place, if that makes any sense. Because again, draft battling, I haven't been just a draft battler throughout these years. I have pretty much jumped through a lot of hoops in the sense that I would do analyst work for the GBA, and even Charlie in the WBE before everything, shukr alhamdulillah, came full circle for me. And it also goes without saying that throughout all these years, I've managed to do a lot of social networking, creating networks through these opportunities that I had in regards to analyst work and all of that. And a huge contributing reason for this, for me, getting to where I am right now, would be, I'd say, pretty much getting denied. Yeah. Pretty much getting denied and being left hanging by a lot of people and a lot of organizations before I came here in the first place, because I tried getting into a lot of leagues, like the PPL, the Battle Union and all of that stuff, but for one reason or another they never thought I was good enough, and I don't hold that against them. I understand it, but yeah, like from the same thing also happened in the Global Battling Association as well, because even though I would say I did my best in regards to analyst work and trying to be as innovative as I possibly can, I never really got what I was striving for, and that is to be a competitor there. So all of this pretty much led to me realizing that if I want to make a difference, I need to make sure that I start stepping up my game. Not in terms of how I narrate and all that stuff, but at the same time, how I'm able to make the content in the first place. So one thing led to another. I managed to find a lot of opportunities through being Wolf's editor, and I think that was pretty much the starting point towards people seeing what I was capable of now. Before eventually, getting the WBE thanks to Dan, where I essentially signed up as an analyst, but. Mm-hmm. But I also, he also knew what I was. Dan also pretty much knew what I was capable of long beforehand when I started my first gig in the GBA as an analyst. So, I think it's pretty much been years of social networking, creating proper social links, getting better at what I do, and more than anything else, pretty much just sticking to something and dedicating myself towards it, to the point where when push came to shove, I was lucky enough to get chosen in the end, and it's something that I very much take seriously and consider myself lucky for, because it means that they despite me being a smaller channel, are investing in me, because they believe that I'm capable of pulling my weight and being able to potentially entertain the fans, and that is something that goes a very long way in my book. So it goes without saying, but it's something that I take very seriously, and something that I hope to ensure to pay back, not just to pay back to this league, and especially to the people that chose to invest in me. If that makes any sense.
Oh, definitely. And I think the viewership shows, again, with your increase in subscribers, but I think people really appreciate all the work you're doing, both as improving as a battler, as improving as a editor, and just improving as a person, and just a personality that people want to watch. So
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Definitely great growth that you've had there over the past years. And hopefully that's motivation for other people to try to emulate maybe a little bit of the formula you've had throughout this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, again, I would say I'm still very far away from where I eventually want to end up as, but if there's something that I also plan on dedicating myself to, it's to ensure that I can potentially help others, find themselves and hopefully, reach where they want to be. Because, again, I think it goes without saying that seeing a Bangladeshi like me, compete here is something that is out of the ordinary, as many would say. And throughout these years, I've had my fair share of doubters, people that wanted to bring me down. So it's been a struggle, to say the least, but I know for a fact that there is a payoff when it's all said and done. It all comes down to what you make of the events that take place before, and how you adjust your strategy to make sure that you reach where you are now. And that's pretty much my main takeaway here, really.
For sure, yeah, no, that's definitely great insight there, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, what coach are you most excited to play this season? Or, like, if you're not playing for the playoffs, potentially, if you don't play him in the regular season?
110% Joey Pokey MMD. Like, he's a guy who I wanted to face for a very long time now. Like, we never really managed to square up in the 2 WBE seasons, so that was a very massive con for me. But it goes without saying that of all people that I've wanted to face throughout my career, I'll never. It kind of sucks that I'll never be able to face someone like Mega Mogwai, who's very influential towards me, being who I am right now as a content creator. But if there's any people among the list, it's 110% Joey. Like, God bless this man's soul. Like, I got nothing but respect and love for the dude, and I know for a fact that if I ever end up facing him, it's gonna hopefully be a very entertaining match. So I'm very much looking forward to facing him and getting one thing off my bucket list.
Definitely, yeah. Joey's a great guy, and obviously a great battler too. I don't think we've ever faced off, even like in like when I played Smogon a little bit more competitively. I don't think we ever faced off. That we had teams that faced off against each other. I don't think we've played individually against each other yet.
You and him?
He would definitely be up there on my list too. I'm sorry?
Wait, were you referring to you and him?
Yeah, me and AIM.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's funny you say that.
Yeah, I've played you a couple times.
Gotcha. It's funny you say that, actually, because the first time I actually played him was through a Wi-Fi battle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a Wi-Fi battle that took place, I think, in 2016 during Auras, before Sun and Moon came dropping, and I actually ended up bringing 5 Pokemon against him accidentally, because I got too caught up in the moment.
Good style.
Yep.
Did you end up winning?
No, I didn't. It was a really close match. It was a really close match though. The people ended up really liking it, and it's kind of funny how things ended up being and that now it's after all these years, it's finally coming full circle towards me having a hopefully 6v6 battle against them. Unless my dumbass chooses to bring 5 Pokemon again. But yeah, that's also kind of why I'm very much looking forward to this, because this also has been a long time coming thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So we'll do a couple rapid fire questions to end this interview up. First, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Kind of putting me on the spot there, ain't ya? All right. Oh God. I guess if I had to choose, Infernape, yeah.
Infernape, okay. Okay, so not a first genner. I like it.
Fuck Gen
I feel like a lot of answers are generally first genners. Ooh, that's a bold take though. Can't take away my childhood like that.
Watch me. Every time I say fuck Gen 1, you'll see another Charizard form, so it's okay.
That's fair, yeah. Charizard could... The hype on Charizard a little too much, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, a couple quick questions. What are you most grateful for?
Having a proper support system, yeah. Yeah, a support system in the sense that like I've a very loving family to get back to every single day, which pretty much has been, influential towards me having the perspective that I now do. And yeah, like I guess, having such a supportive system, meeting a lot of positive people that I've been lucky enough to, talk to throughout my life. Especially, having my university life in Sydney, which has been especially influential towards helping me grow as a human being. Yeah, I'm very much grateful towards being who I am, grateful for these things, and I think they go a long way in terms of helping someone find themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Great perspective there.
Thanks.
Yeah. So what drives you crazy?
Gen 1, yeah, sure.
What's your favorite non-main series Pokemon game?
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, 110%. Never have I enjoyed a Pokemon game as much as that, and I'm really grateful for the fact that I managed to experience such a masterpiece.
Okay, I don't even know if I've heard of that game.
That's a DS classic, or no?
Okay.
Yeah, Primal Dialga.
Ooh, okay. I definitely will have to check it out.
All right.
All right. Body press or earthquake?
I want to say body press because I really like the dynamic between this move, and it makes having defense, investing in defense actually worth it this time. But I'd still say earthquake under the basis that I should have clicked that against you to win the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say earthquake is the right answer. Okay. All right. Do you have anything to plug before we sign off?
Oh yeah. One last thing I want to say is that if you guys are interested in me making cutting promos before my games or other stuff like me covering the Pokemon Adventures manga, which I'm now really fully investing myself on, which has also been really beneficial. Feel free to check that out. And yeah, if there's any last thing I want to say is that stick to what you want to do. Don't let negative people decide for you where you stand. Try your absolute hardest, because when it's all said and done, you're the one in control of your life, and that's all that matters.
For sure. Yeah. So, all right. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Uzi, for joining me. This was a great interview, and I love talking to you for sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this series and maybe who you want to have in a future episode. But until next time, later, guys.
Peace.